I'm actually... Does he even have enough time? Does he have enough time for this? I'm actually getting anxious. He doesn't have enough time. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna win because of a timeout. And welcome back to the channel. It's been a very long time since I've said that actually. The last time I did that was the last time I played some Gwent games before the new expansion came out. And ever since the new expansion came out, I've just been experimenting with decks and looking for ways to interact with the new Witcher cards and the new mechanics and deck plays they've introduced with the new cards coming up. And I've actually been able to craft a few decks myself. And you guys are actually going to see those deck guides coming out once again. So I will be coming back with deck guides. If you guys haven't been watching me lately, and I completely understand if you haven't, I haven't posted a good Gwent deck video in a very long time. And yeah, but we're back. And if you guys have missed the previous videos I've uploaded leading up to the Way of the Witcher expansion, I have opened up a Gwent classroom. So if you guys want to test your trivia skills on Gwent and the Witcher, then feel free to tackle those questions and let me know how much you guys get on those classroom sessions. I got plenty more videos, plenty more questions, I should say, for those classroom videos, so expect to see more of those. And of course, if you guys want to have some input as to what kind of questions you want me to ask or what kind of categories you want me to cover in Gwent or the Witcher series, no problem. Then let me know either in the comment section below or join me on Discord or follow me on Twitter, and feel free to leave any suggestions you guys may have. I always like to read your guys' thoughts in it. And other than that, let's get straight into this deck. So, what deck are we running today? Not surprisingly, it is a monsters deck, but surprisingly, it's not a fruits deck. I have decided to go over to Overwhelming Hunger for today's deck guide. It revolves 100% around this insectoid card. I don't know how to pronounce it. Is it Vi or V? I think I'm going to call it Vi. So the idea behind Vi is that you shuffle her back into the deck and then its base power goes up by 3. So essentially it's a card that whenever it gets eaten up, it's going back to the deck. It's essentially, it almost never finds its way into the graveyard. So that's the mechanic we're going to focus around with this deck today. It's very point slammy in the long round and the short round actually. So it kind of makes monsters more, it makes it even more point slammy. It just uses the Death Wish mechanic. So what I've decided to do is I've actually decided to sort of build a hybrid Thrive plus Consume and Death Wish combo when it comes to how I built this deck. And I have a lot of cards that allow me to tutor Vi out from the deck actually. So you guys see the Nice Horse meme, Ihwara Quacks making a comeback. You guys see Alazor's Double Cross, which guarantees me to Vi to come out once, of course, I've gotten her Death Wish off at least once. And Whispering Hillock, because Vi is after all a Death Wish unit. So we've got a plethora of ways to get Vi out of the deck. While I was talking to myself on stream today, just sort of looking for ways to how to make this deck better, definitely the thought of a Neuromancy came out. But the thing is, I didn't end up adding on Neuromancy just because it ended up being a bit too expensive of a card. But definitely it is a consideration, because the good thing about a Neuromancy is it is played twice. So you can actually tutor Vi out twice just by using a Neuromancy. And the reason why a Neuromancy did not make the cut this time around is because I wanted to use Dettlaff. So essentially my thought process here was, if Vi were to get banished either by a Yeet Wave or a Yennefer's Yennefer's Invocation, for example, I needed some sort of backup that could still provide me a bit of power even if Vi leaves. So I decided to add Dettlaff Higher Vampire. But while I was playing through stream, I've actually thought that with Overwhelming Hunger, as long as Vi doesn't stay in the field for more than one turn, then the opponent actually should have no way of dealing with it. So actually adding on Neuromancy is a good one, and it is something I will experiment on stream. But this is sort of a first edition of the Vi Death Wish / Thrive hybrid combo deck. So yeah, so it revolves around Vi. You've got the tutor cards such as Ihwara Quacks, Naglfar, Alazor's Double Cross, Whispering Hillock. Dull to Lock is not actually a card that's so necessary here, but the good thing about Dull to Lock is with its order ability, you being able to move the highest power unit on top of your deck, this guarantees you a draw on Vi on the successing round. So for example, if you played the order ability in round 2, then you can expect to draw Vi out in round 3. That way you don't have to use any of your tutor cards to bring her out, and you can just use it for a turn after when she's already 3 points stronger. So Dull to Lock actually has some purpose here. But for its deployability, I like to use the Fuka. I'm kind of going attached to the Fuka in some way because A, it's a Thrive unit, and B, I kind of like how opponents' units actually trigger the Thrive ability for Fuka. So for example, if a Noon Wraith decides to come in on a 4-point Fuka, it actually becomes a 5-point Noon Wraith because Fuka gets boosted, and if I have more than one copy, then the power that my opponent would gain would be even less because the Fuka kind of takes a few of those points. Secondary option would probably be Hybrid. Chimera's not a bad option as well if your Vi is on the field and needs something to eat it. Chimera's an option. Ideally, you don't want to sort of use up all your overwhelming hunger charges in round 1 or round 2. Ideally, you'd want to use it for either round 3, or again, if Vi is not available because of whether it got banished or whatever, then you use Dettlaff. But even then, if Vi got banished, then that kind of gets rid of the entire core of your deck. So this deck, I will tell you right now, it is absolutely memey. This is by no means competitive because of the way I have built it. So if looking for ways to make Vi somewhat viable, it'll take some sort of tweaking for sure. I don't know if I want to make a competitive version of that, although I could. We gotta see how the meta shakes up though, just because it is still the first day, and I was able to take on some well-known decks that have been very popular. You guys will see when the games come up, but I was able to take them on. I was able to stand my ground, and yeah, so yeah, Dull to Lock was a good addition. I like the location cards in Gwent so far. They have been pretty impressive. Goliath is here just because it is just a big 10-point slammer. It is not so necessary to have them, but I just needed an 8 provision card, so Goliath sort of fit the bill in a sense. Obviously, I couldn't really use either because this is really more meant for Swarm, and that's something I'm also going to play around with for monsters. It's also Rat Swarm and Spider Swarm, and we'll see where those go. But yeah, it's just a filler, if anything. Like, if, let's say, Vi was already on the field and you needed to activate Dull to Lock, then Goliath would be the next best option. Kind of same thing with Alzur's Double Cross and Whispering Hail. Like, it is essentially just a plan B. So I have a plan A with 2 plan Bs. So, I got my various consumers. We got Chiron, 2 Barghests, 1 Barbigazi. So essentially the idea is, if you, again, like I said, you don't want to end up using all of your overwhelming hunger charges, so you use these consume units on either Vi, or if Vi is not an option, you have Dettlaff, you have a Harpy Egg, you have a Noon Wraith, well, not a Noon Wraith, a Foglet and Andrega eggs. So I decided to add these sort of smaller end Death Wish cards as a sort of backup to the consume units in case Vi wasn't available, because while Vi does make up a big core of how this deck works, I don't want to make sure it is the only thing linking all the other cards together, because once Vi is gone, the entire deck falls apart. So I got the Beast and the Phantom. These two serve very well for long rounds. I always try to make sure I keep these two together as much as I can, unless the deck calls that one of them must be eliminated, or both of them, then I will do so. But in terms of wanting to sustain a long round, these two serve perfectly well. It is essentially 3 points per turn. If you have blue coin, tactical advantage on the Phantom, and then the Beast right after. The only way they could really get rid of it is if they banish it to the Shadow Realm, which doesn't usually happen because you're using a 10 provision card to get rid of a 7 provision. While that does help you in gaining some tempo, it's not a good trade-off. I wanted to add 1 copy of the Fuka because I wanted to see it in action. So not only can you create a copy from Dull to Lock, you also have an available copy to you, to you if you're playing it, on the deck itself. So you can draw it, you can play it. Again, opponents' units will trigger it, so that sort of decreases their value by a little bit because it adds on to yours. And it does have Veil. And yeah, so actually, what I noticed, the good thing here with the Fuka is because it has that extra 1 armor. When I was playing against a scoia'tael deck, somebody tried to play a Forest Protector on it, but the Forest Protector actually procced the Fuka, which means that the Nature's Rebuke actually could not kill the Fuka because it had that 1 armor on, which I thought was a really nice thing. And obviously he didn't want to damage it with another Nature's Rebuke because it was already at 1 power. So I thought that was really fun. The Heartbeat Egg was a bit of a later addition just because I wanted to have some backups for my consume units in case my 2 main Death Wish units weren't available. 2 Endrigo Larvas because again this is a Thrive and Death Wish hybrid. 1 Moon Wraith again to proc the Thrive. 2 Foglets of course for some deck fin. 2 Bruxas of course just because I always found them to be solid for provision Thrive units. If you don't want the Bruxa then that's fine, you can let's say have 1 hybrid because there are consume units here, 1 hybrid and maybe 1 Necro Warrior if you guys want to stick to that Thrive. This isn't a devotion deck, so you're actually free to add a squirrel here as well. If you guys are dealing with a lot of scenarios, if you're dealing with a lot of let's say scenarios, echo cards for sure. Echo cards are still pretty popular. So there are ways of you to make changes to this deck to fit the needs of what you're facing at the time that you try this deck out. So as mentioned before, if you guys are taking on a lot of decks that have echo cards, you definitely want to add in a squirrel. So all the decks I make here, they're not finalized, they're not 100%, they're not obviously strong decks. I build around a fundamental idea and I go off of that. So you could call this an experimentation. This is me pretty much going back into the Gwent labs and conjuring decks for you guys to make. Of course, they're not without flaws. As you guys can see, there is a big flaw with this deck, and it is a flaw that I do not like, which is the lack of tech cards to counter some of your opponent's decks. So you'll have some trouble going up against engine heavy base decks such as Northern Realms. Shield Wall's still going to be super popular. Surprisingly, I haven't seen a Lippy deck yet, which is kind of strange considering Roach and Knickers both got buffed. But anyway, I hope I don't see more of that later on. But this is pretty much going to wrap up the breakdown of the Vi Death Wish / Thrive hybrid deck. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section below. Let me know if you guys have any changes you guys would like to see made, or if you guys want to come watch it on stream, you guys can recommend it to me whenever I stream. My stream times are still unknown because I want to focus on making YouTube videos and I want to focus on growing my classroom. So other than that, hope you guys enjoy the video. Of course, please leave a like and subscribe if you guys want to see more of these kinds of videos. And of course, I'll see you guys in the gameplay. That's kind of annoying. Oh, I can't play the Bruxa? Uh-oh. That puts me in a bad situation. My Bruxa is so awkward here. I can't play her for any reason. $16 to $23. Doblathana Sentry. Uh-oh. I think this is where I have to start playing with Vi now, don't I? If I play Beast here, he almost certainly passes. This could actually make him pass, but I wouldn't mind if that happens. I'd rather have it happen, actually. Yeah, as I thought. This needs to be a short round for me to win. I need this to be a short round. Maybe Oneiromancy is good in this. Maybe adding Oneiromancy could be an option in this deck, to be honest. Huh. But how do I add a version that uses Oneiromancy? That's what I'm wondering. This is a problem. Oh, whatever. It's gonna heal him is the problem. Brooks is so bad now. It just got so much worse with this expansion and the new decks that are being played. I don't care if he destroys it. I mean, if he destroys... Nah, he's not gonna touch this. Not anymore. He can destroy this if he wants. I have other consume units for my Vi anyway, so it's not the worst. Oh gosh. Yeah, I think I definitely need an Aeromancy here. Well, that was unnecessary. Didn't need to do that, did you? Yeah, that's much better actually. That's way better. Because I can just play Vi on its own, have it be oh wait, but I only have 3 consumes now. Oh shoot. I only have 3 consumes now and that puts me in a lot of trouble. Yeah, I think on Aeromancy is what I need with this deck, actually. This is gonna hurt. Oh, this is bad. This whole movement thing is actually really annoying. He did use up all his charges though. But still, we're still kind of in a bind here. This has to be devotion, right? Yeah. And then I guess we horsey here before. Actually, no, we goalie first, right? No, we do. Oh, I don't know. Actually, yeah, no, we goalie first, actually. Yeah, this goes first. Completely forgot about Bren, first of all. Jeez, I'm so happy I was able to shield that because I completely forgot about it. This shouldn't be enough, right? Another shield wall deck? Oh my goodness. Hey Lumas, what's going on, man? This is so awkward. Yeah, I have to start with this. What am I playing? I am playing a deck that revolves around this guy right here. So essentially I have a bunch of consumes that eat him up, and then I have a bunch of tutor cards that bring him back. The only thing is I'm not running Oneromancy because I was finding it to be too expensive, but I think Oneromancy actually helps out so much. So this is a deck that's still an experiment, but it's a fun little meme deck. It's a meme deck, to be honest. It's not much of a fun deck, or competitive, I should say. But I was able to beat movement scoia'tael with it, so because it packs so much power, it's actually very insane. Yeah, still experimenting around with some decks. Like I have a fruits deck that I'm ready to record and upload. And then this one's probably gonna get uploaded yet. Are the new cards out yet? Yep. This one is part of the new expansion. Came out today. We'll play this one first. I was able to nab the entire collection. I bought like a crap ton of kegs and crafted a few cards. I do know Specimen. I guess we play this. Yeah, we have to be able to keep up. What about him? Is he already playing around with... I mean, I imagine he's also playing around with a lot of the new cards too. This is so awkward, I really hate it. Nice lad, watch his stream when I can. Yeah, he's a nice guy. I like him. He's a fun guy just to sit back and watch. Yeah, he said he would be. I only play NR. The new NR cards are kind of okay. Like, they're not the best. I actually think they got the short end of the stick out of all the cards that came out with the expansion, at least in terms of support. I can't believe I have to use 2 gold cards. I mean, yeah, just to keep up with him. But then again, he had to play Anna and he played Amphibious Assault already. This is last month's Shield Wall meta deck. Because what else is it? Haven't played for ages, I just watched now. Yeah, I didn't play during the fall just because I was busy with school. But like now I have more free time. How does he overcome 14, 15 points? This is 15 points technically. But I mean, to be fair, I actually don't stream that often. I like to focus on YouTube more. So I really only stream if I want to get video footage in. Where am I streaming from? From my room and my home in Canada. So this version runs a Dahlia, huh? I want to pass, but at the same time, this is Northern Realms. This is gonna be tough. This is awkward. This is awkward. The fact that I break my foglets is so awkward. Yeah, this can't be a pass though, cause oh no. Whatever. This might cost me the game though. Yeah, the engines are too strong, but that's why I couldn't pass. I have to push it, cause he's gonna beat me 2-0. He's going to 2-0 me if I pass there actually. But yeah, it's just really bad for me. He is playing low cards. He doesn't have to commit that much. It's so annoying. That's the problem with decks like these. When you try and focus around one card, it gets really like... You become so tunnel vision that like you don't even think about trying to counter your other, like your opponent's units. Like I have nothing to counter the Trident infantries. I guess I just play this, huh? You're from Essex in the UK? Oh, wow. Yeah, that's true, but I mean, it's not like this deck is really meant to be competitive, to be honest. So... It's just a fun little deck I wanted to try out. because I don't have the brain capacity to come up with a real deck right now. And there's Selkirk. And I guess this is my pass. I think this is short enough where I can actually pass and get away with it. My guess is that's why he was saving the Marines. And I got a charge out of him as well, which is awesome. You sound like a decent lad. Well, thanks. I appreciate it. Yeah, I like to relax, play whatever decks I feel like playing, and then... But you should see me with like some like other members. Sometimes it can get crazy when I'm in like group chats with other people and we're like streaming as a group. It can get crazy. Which is why I don't play Among Us. I think... Do you play chess? I used to. I haven't played in a while. But I do watch some chess streams sometimes. Like I watch Hikaru play. Oh, we got Onsace and Selkirk out of him. You know what? I like this. We got Selkirk and Onsace out of him. So the only thing really like this that could really insta-kill my Vi is gone. Onsace is gone. So this is actually kind of good for me. Oh my god, I have nothing to consume with. Oh my gosh, I actually have nothing to consume with. Yeah, I like his analysis. They're really informative. But no, this is okay. He passed. Okay, thank goodness. But the question is, what do I play here? Do I play Alzur's Double Cross? I think I play Alzur's Double Cross here and get Goliath, because I'm thinking of like what's the worst card I play here. Actually, it could be Horse. Oh, perfect. No defender. I like this. If you can bleed him here, then his engines aren't good for... Yeah, I didn't win the round, so I couldn't bleed him. Otherwise, I would have 100% bled him. I would have actually 100% bled him. Now I don't know if I want my consuming this, because I know he still has Baron, right? Okay, this is good. Okay, I was like, if I'm not gonna have my consuming this, I might as well get my Thrive units. Interesting. Frigate is coming, but he only gets 6 turns to use the frigate, so it's not as powerful as it usually would be in a very long game. I mean, Baron is strong, but the thing with Vi is his power strengthens, it doesn't get boosted. So Baron actually doesn't affect Vi. Oh crap, I can't stop this thing. I don't have, I'm too tunnel vision. But that's okay, I have Thrive units. Oh, this... Shield Wall doesn't usually play Drug. Shield Wall usually plays it's usually engine overload with Shield Wall because you have 3 shields, right? Usually you use one of them for Onsace, sometimes one for Anna. My guess is he still has... If he has Falibor, he should have already played it turn 1, I think. So my guess is he doesn't have Falibor. He might be... Yeah, this deck is actually really strong. Even though Shield Wall used to be 14 provisions, went down to 13, it is still very strong. I don't like it. I have to do this. This is probably gonna be his Baron target, actually. Yeah, that is gonna be his Baron target. Oh no. Oh my gosh. The archer, I mean, like, they're not that broken. They're actually easy answerable. Like, again, if I had put like natural selection, or if I had add a Striga, these things get destroyed. They almost always get destroyed, so. But yeah, no, I tend to do really bad. I tend to do really bad against engine decks. At least this deck in particular. This is why you play Northern Realms. Oh, that's fair. Bunch of engines. Yep, there's Dun Banner, of course. That makes sense. Yeah, I'm pretty sure his last card's gonna be Baron. It has to be Baron, right? There's no way it's literally anything else. This is so bad. He has a 14 plus 5, so he has a 19 point. Actually, no, he uses it on Larva here. So, what was that, 20 point Baron? This is so bad. He has no he didn't play any frigates though, so that's pretty good actually. Visigored? Oh my gosh, this guy's playing such a strange deck. You don't usually see Visigored on this kind of deck, but oh, I hope this is enough. Nah, I'm not gonna consume anything. Oh, I hope this is enough. It can't be Heatwave here. This should be Baron. It should be Baron, because if it's Heatwave, it's not enough. Oh, no Baron, huh? No Baron? Oh my gosh, is this enough? I'm actually... Does he even have enough time? Does he have enough time for this? I'm actually getting anxious. He doesn't have enough time. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna win because of a timeout. Oh my gosh, I won because of a timeout. That is insane.